Hey, I got that right on. Hello, everybody. It's time for CAPI Live. Hope everybody had a good week. We'll let everybody get on, and then we will get started. Got a good show tonight. Just being silly. All silly and junk. Hey! Stop moving. Making the whole thing move. You got to get down if you don't be still. We will let everybody get on and get started with the show tonight. Cora! Hi, Cora. Someone's on. You're always the first one on. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We got a really big show for you tonight. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Got a really big show for you tonight. Nobody knows who that is anymore. What?
Hi. You can't see me, but hi.
I hear a voice.
Hi. I'm a ghost. Just floating in the air.
I'm a ghost.
Floating in the air. I'm actually behind the camera, so
Can't wait for the show to get started. Me too.
Yeah.
When everybody gets on, they can say, hey, when you come on, say hello so I know you're, because I don't go by my counter anymore because it lies to me constantly. The dogs are here. Can y'all hear the dogs? They're here.
Yeah. Lovely dogs. Especially not annoying. Totally not annoying.
Totally not annoying.
I'm gonna throw this thing. I just fell.
Totally not annoying. Where is everybody? Where is everyone? Where is everybody? We have a really big show tonight. A really big show. Big show tonight. Where is everybody? We got that crazy cat Johnny coming on the show tonight. But where is everyone? It says two. Who's the other person? Who is there and hasn't said hello? You know the rules. Why break them? Let's get everybody on and we will get started for the show. Got a good show tonight, guys. We're going to talk about some upcoming events. We're going to explain what happened today with the live event. We're going to continue our discussion on starting a team. It's going to be a good show. Then we're going to do some Q&A. Q&A.
What does that mean?
Questions and answers. Hey, Beth. Beth's here. Yay! There's an administrator here.
Say something to keep us entertained.
Beth is here. We're so happy. And so is Cora. We're even happier. Who else is here?
You.
Me? Yep, I'm here too. I wouldn't be anywhere else. Hey, I wonder what this looks like if we do this.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh.
I like it. Wait, can they see anybody?
Welcome to the show.
And lights comes up. There.
Very dark.
There.
Hey, John. John's on.
He's probably gonna be like, what the?
It's gonna be a very dark show tonight.
Very weird. Well, there is one light. Just.
I'll go share out. Thank you, Beth. So get everybody on here. We need everybody tonight. Never mind. John can share. John, can you share? Booty, 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 booty. Nope, he's driving home. You got to do it, Beth. Here, I'll turn the lights back on. Thank you, Beth.
I don't know what she says.
Let everybody know we here, and we were on time. Every time I'm on time, everybody else is late. If I'm late, everybody is on time. We got to get our stuff together now. Come on. Let's go with the show. Let's go with the show. Oh, it jumped off. Booty, booty, boop, booty, boop, boop. Now it says I only have one. If you're on, and even if you've already said hello, throw me another hello, please, so I can test this counter real quick. If you're still on, and even if you've already said hello, say hello again for me if you would, please. Pretty please. Cora's still here. Thank you, Cora. Who else is still here? Beth is back. Hey, Beth. John, are you still here? Oh, John was driving home. He probably can't type right now. Never mind, John. Don't do it. Yep, he is. Stop texting and driving. No texting and driving. And no messaging and driving either.
Yeah.
Well, it says I have two, but 3 people have already said hello.
Hello.
So, not sure what to believe. Hey, tap the screen on my phone twice. Push the button on the side. The top button on the right side. Other side. Top button.
Why isn't it? It's very hard.
All right, what does it say on the screen?
A circle with a
Lightning bolt.
Yep.
All right, now wrap the cord.
25%.
25%?
Yep.
Cool. Wrap the cord back around it real tight and put it back over there. I didn't want you to pick it up. No, you didn't. All right, now put it up there and lay it down. Press it down. Thank you. Where is everybody? Well, it's telling me I have 2 people on, but 3 people have said hello again since then. So I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Corey.
Hi.
Now it's saying I got 1 person on, but I know I've got Corey, Beth, John, and Cora. At least 4. So we'll give it a few minutes and let everybody get on. I think Beth has just went and shared. So we'll see how it goes. I hope everybody had a great week. Did y'all have a good week? How was everybody's week? Back again, I posted in chat. Thank you, Beth. I'm showing 2 people watching. Yeah, I'm showing 2 now. It was 1. Now it's saying 2. I don't go by that thing. It's never right. Busy but productive. Oh, you had a busy but productive week. Cool, Cora.
Oh,
That was my week too. I was very busy but productive. I guess I was productive. I was productive for my company anyway. I made them some money. If I didn't do nothing else, I made them some money. Hi, Corey. Hope you're well. Yes. Hope everybody's well. Where is Eric and Michelle at? And Katie and all them. Sick in bed all week, but better now. Yes, Beth and Tom have been having a time with this sick in bed thing. They're both better now, thank goodness. I think John and his family are doing a lot better as well. And I know that Eric and Michelle and them are doing much better as well. So thankfully, everybody's starting to get over all this crud that they've been dealing with. It's been rough. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you get the keys out of the top drawer and go out to the car and look in the back floorboard and get my folder that I use at work? Yeah, back floorboard. Yeah, you did that good. Thank you. You didn't make it too bad. I don't know about you, but my throat and head and ears hurt from the cold last night. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't have anything other than my knee. It still hurts from where it popped, but my yeah, what he's talking about is we moved a washer and dryer. Corey got a new washer and dryer, so we had to move the old ones out and new ones in, and we were out in the cold for a long time doing it. It was cold. My fingers about froze. Where Corey lives, it's super cold. When it's cold here, it's really cold there because they're kind of like they live in like a wind tunnel from the mountains. So it's super cold there. I'm sorry you feeling bad, buddy. Plus, he's cold natured and I'm not, so that might have a lot to do with it too. Because it wasn't that cold to me. My fingers did get frozen because they were wet, but it wasn't so bad. We survived it. Where is everybody? We're missing Eric and Michelle and Katie and Margot. And of course, Cora was the first one here. She's always the first one in there. What's tonight's subject? Tonight's subject is we're continuing. Sorry about that. It's a Dakota's tablet is ringing. I can't get to it. But tonight's subject is we're continuing our discussion from last week on starting a new team. Trying to let everybody kind of get on before we get started. I apologize for the auction tonight, guys. We tried everything we could possibly try. I mean, it was crazy. Facebook wouldn't cooperate. And then when we finally did get it, we had to go through and set up this whole thing on Facebook. And when we finally did get it set up, did you lock it back? Thank you. You just put those back in there. Thank you, baby. And when we finally did get it set up, it wouldn't let me control what you guys would see on the auction. It wouldn't let me control the pictures. It would let me post the first one, but it wouldn't let me go anywhere from that one. So, and will you hand me my phone, please? Your phone was ringing, by the way. I mean, your tablet was ringing. It's like someone was calling. I guess it was probably Aubrey. Hand me my phone, please. So it just turned out to be a big nightmare. So we just had to call it. And we are working right now on ideas to get this back up and running. The auction, I mean, to get it running. And we are still going to do the auction. We're still going to do it for our team member and help her out. And you should have called me to fix that. Yeah, right? I should have. You probably would have been better at it than we were. That's a fact. But yeah, we got it. We got it working. We got it on. It just wouldn't let me advance anything. It wouldn't let me advance the screens. I couldn't show but one item. And I mean, not one item at a time, but literally the first item was stuck on the screen. It wouldn't let me go anywhere. But that and that it was the lag was so big, it just didn't work out. So I am sorry about that. But we're not giving up on it. We're going to get it fixed, and we are going to get it up and running again. Y'all don't know, I was super upset because I was literally looking forward to doing it and helping out our team member, and it was just crazy. But we did get it fixed, or we will get it fixed, and we will get it figured out, and we will get it back up and running so that you guys can join us on our auction. Let's do the auction live tomorrow night, Johnny. Okay. So, okay. Corey, yes. Beth, yes. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We will definitely do that. Y'all give me just a second. Let me get everything set up here. All righty. People starting to come in? No, still not here. Hey, Donna, how are you? Hadn't talked to you in a while. Yo, I moved to Louisiana. All right, Kentucky to Alabama, and Alabama to Louisiana. All righty. Got that taken care of. Sorry, work was bothering me. Not Carl, I left him. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope everything works out for you in the bayou. What are some of the items for the auction? Oh my goodness, we've got some really nice stuff. I'll show you guys a few of the items, as a matter of fact, just to get it started, just so you guys can get a little tease. How about that? Y'all want to do that? You want to see some of the items we have for tonight?
See ya.
Bye, baby. I think I can show you guys some stuff. Hold on. Girl. That's perfect, Corey. I love it. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, I know what I can do. I can go on here. I'm going to show you guys some of this stuff. It is nice. Some jewelry. Oh, my gosh. Some beautiful, beautiful jewelry. Take off the words. Look at that. Y'all tell me if you can see that. I know it's kind of hard. That's bracelets. That's one lot. Let's see. Oh, there's another nice one. I like these. Can y'all see this stuff, or am I just shining the light in your eyes? Let's see. Not just jewelry either. We got some really nice jewelry, y'all. Some really, really pretty jewelry. We can see it fine. Okay, cool. Good, 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 good. Let me see something else besides jewelry. We have a lot. I'm scrolling through jewelry right now, guys. It's so much. So much. There's another lot of bracelets. Yeah, we ship, Donna. Absolutely. Oh, look at this. This is a nice item that we have. This is a really nice item that we have in the auction. Anybody wants to get into archery? That's a whole set. It's for like a young beginner or kid or something like that. I'm thinking of bidding on this because I want to get Dakota into archery. Oh, and we have, if you guys know any musicians out there, we have some bass boxes or some amps and a triad bass box. Got a lot of stuff. So it's going to be really nice. And then I have a bunch of stuff to put in there as well. And let me show you a couple more items from the jewelry section because these are just gorgeous. I hope y'all can see this good. The pictures just don't do this stuff justice. It really doesn't. How pretty that is. It's a bracelet. Oh, look at this. This is a necklace with a pendant that says two hearts, a pink heart and a silver heart that says mom. Isn't that cool? We've got some nice stuff, guys. We also have a book that we're going to be doing. I can't get to it, but without going off screen, and I hate doing that to you guys. But we have a book of poetry from John Bowen's father that he wrote before he passed away. We have a book we're going to be doing as well. We got a lot of stuff. I think we got a photo session on there. We've got much more jewelry than that. I've got a case of jewelry in the living room. We've got a mini fridge, can cooler. It's not like a mini fridge that you open up. You know, it's like a can cooler. It's like you put like a 6-pack in there and it cools it, keeps them cool. It's got a lot of nice stuff. We have thank you, John. We have 2 weekend passes to Magic City Con, June 24th through the 26th in Hoover. I'm bidding on that because I want to go. I've never been to a Magic City Con. I want to go. John's told me a lot about them. So I'm going to be bidding on that one too because I definitely want to go check that out. John's told me a lot about these things and how fun they are. I've never been because I've never really been into that kind of stuff, but we do have those passes. We got that confirmation, I believe, yesterday. So we're going to have those too. See that right there? 2 weekend passes to Magic City Con, June 24th through the 26th in Hoover, Alabama. How freaking cool is that? So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to bid on those because I want to go down and just stay the weekend or go up. That's up from me. Go up and stay the weekend and just check it out. I mean, I just want to check it out. I've heard a lot about them, and sometimes they're celebrities. Are there going to be any celebrities at that one, John? Oh, and shipping. Yes, Donna, we do ship. But we'll smaller. The items are going to be whatever you bid on them, and then the shipping charges will be on there too. Yes. Can you tell us one of the persons that's going to be there? Maybe everybody would know. Tell us who one person that's going to be there that you think everybody would know. But yeah, there'll be like a small shipping charge on everything. That if we have to ship it to you, if you can't come and get it, or if it's not local, then or we can't bring it to you, then yeah, there'll be shipping charge. But it's going to be like what, $5, $6, $7, something like that. If small things. But yeah, whoever gets the tickets will not have to go. We won't have to send you the tickets. We won't have to send you tickets to that because they're going to be at will call. So all you have to do is just show up. When you win, we send your name in, and all you have to do is just show up the first day, and your tickets will be right there at will call. You just walk up and say, "Hey, I'm John Doe or Jane Doe, and I won these tickets, and they're supposed to be here." And you show them your ID, and they hand you the tickets and for your passes for the weekend. So that's going to be really cool there. So you don't have to worry about getting the tickets and finding the tickets and keeping the tickets without losing them or anything like that. That's going to be one of our big prizes, or items, not prizes, but items on the show, on the auction. So that auction is going to be really cool. I think she said that we are going to do it tomorrow night. Tomorrow, I don't know what time. Beth, you want to tell everybody a time and everything? So now you guys, I think you and Stephanie worked that out. I wasn't able to get back up with you guys before I got started because I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. I'm trying to move it and see if I can find where you said. Let's do the auction live tomorrow night. Okay, yeah. Give us a time and all that, Beth, if you would. Just set it up. I'm open to whatever time you guys want to do it. So just let me know. Okay. It's the only locally and female-owned convention in the Southeast. How cool is that? That's going to be Leland Chapman is going to be. Leland Chapman? Are you serious? Dude, y'all don't know. Leland was always my favorite on Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's his son. That's Dog's son. He was always my favorite because he's an MMA fighter, and he's just always been my favorite. I'm definitely going for those tickets. Y'all, ain't nobody going to get those tickets. Those tickets are mine. I'm going. I would definitely love to meet Leland Chapman. That would be really cool. Heck yeah, man. I'm definitely going. Y'all going to have to battle me for those tickets. I ain't playing. And even if somebody gets on here and's got deeper pockets than me, I'm still going to try to get tickets. John, you need to get me tickets. If I don't win that auction on the auction, you need to get me some tickets, man. Get me tickets, John. I want to go. I'm excited about that. Leland was always my favorite. He was the runner. Y'all remember that? He was the one that would run. If they got out and started running, everybody else would let Leland go after him because he was fast, super fast. Him and his brother would always have arguments on who was fast, but his brother's kind of like me. He was kind of big and chubby, not fat, but just chubby. And Leland would always smoke him. What was Dog's brother? I can't remember his name, but he was fast too. But Leland was the fastest. All right, let's see. I would say start at 6:30, give people time to get home from work. Okay, sounds good. Definitely. That's so awesome. I'll call Jamie and Rita and see what I can do. No, I'm not saying get free tickets. I'm saying just let me know and I'll get them. I'm not saying get me no free tickets, man. I don't want to abuse your relationship with Jamie and Rita. They've been really nice to us. They've been awesome. John's so awesome. I really want to go now, y'all. I'm going. I would love to meet Leland. He was always my favorite. I liked him way better than Dog and Beth. So that's cool. I can't wait to go now just to meet him. What's Leland's brother named? Dwayne. Yes, it was. Thank you, Corey. His brother that he would always argue with. His name was Dwayne. What was Dog's brother's name? Or brother-in-law or something like that. I don't know if it was his brother, the old guy that was with him. I can't remember his name. He was the one that was always, he was really fast too. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be Mike. Okay, yeah, thank you. I just still don't remember his name being Mike, but you got a lot better memory than I do. You watched the show a few weeks ago. Okay, that's why. Yeah, I watch it every now and then. When I catch it on YouTube or something like that, or see an old episode on TV, I'll watch it. I used to really like that show. Bounty hunting is nothing like that, y'all. I've done it. It's nothing like they have on TV. It's kind of like paranormal. It's nothing like you see on TV, but it is fun. And did you see the time for the auction? Yeah, I said 6:30. I like that time. 6:30 is a good time. Sounds good to me. Yes, we will definitely do the auction tomorrow night at 6:30, guys. Be at the auction tomorrow night at 6:30. It's going to be on Facebook. We'll get you all the details between now and then. So y'all keep your eye out on our Facebook page, and we'll get all the details on that. I promise you, because I want as many people that can be there. Everybody that was going to be there today, I would love to have there tomorrow. So we'll get that all worked out. If there's anybody on here now that wasn't on earlier, we still don't have all of our people. John, can you go and like maybe invite? I know you already did the invites, but I don't know. See if you can get Katie and Margot and Eric and Michelle and all of them. But we ran into a lot of technical difficulties tonight, guys, for everybody that wasn't on, that's on now that wasn't on earlier. We ran into a bunch of technical difficulties today. I mean, everything that could have went wrong, it was Murphy's Law 100% trying to get that set up, and I apologize. We have it set up in this device now, so we will be able to run it again, and we won't have to go through all of that. But there was a few clicks, but I think between Michelle and Corey, I think we can get all that worked out. So I can do it. I don't have the patience for it. It makes, y'all should have seen me today. When I wasn't crying, I was screaming. I was so mad. Oh my gosh. I was mad today, and I was upset and disappointed because this is not something that we're just doing as a, an event. I mean, it's not like a CAPI camp that we're just doing because we love to do it, and stuff goes wrong and it just happens. So I understand that, but this is something we're doing for somebody, and for somebody that we really love, so I'm gonna start crying. Daggum it. This it really upset me today that we weren't able to get this done because and it made me feel really, really, really bad. So, but I talked to them today. They called me tonight, and it was awesome because she made me feel so much better. She really did. But I do apologize for everything that was supposed to happen tonight that didn't. Like I said, it was just one thing after the other, and it just all fell apart. But we will get it figured out. I promise you. We will have the show at 6:30 tomorrow night. I promise you. If we don't, it's because Facebook fell. Okay. But we will do everything in our power to make it happen. I promise you. And I think between the people on my end and on Corey's end, on team's end, we'll get it figured out. All right. They are about to start dropping more guest names the closer they get to the date. Okay, awesome. I'm already sold. I don't care who else can come. I'm already sold on Leland Chapman. I've always wanted to meet him. The bigger guests are the week before the con. Okay, cool. So that's going to be really cool. Shit happens, words to live by, right? I want to come back to Bama. Who needs 2 roommates for a month or 2? I don't know. You move off and then want to come back. You need to stop moving off in the first place. That way you won't have to worry about coming back. You'll already be here. You moved to Kentucky and then wanted to come back. Now you moved to Louisiana and now you want to come back. Stop moving off. I hate it here. Then where did you go? And it's my birthday weekend. It sure is. It sure is your birthday weekend. That's going to be awesome. We're going to have so much fun. That's going to be so cool. We should do a booth, John. We should do a booth. I wonder if we can do a booth. Can we do a CAPI booth? That would be amazing. We should do a CAPI booth. like we did at the Mardi Gras in South Alabama this last time. We got evicted in Alabama thanks to Carl, so I had to come here to stay with my son and his wife. Oh, you didn't have a choice. I get you. I understand that completely. 100%. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, Donna. Hopefully it'll work out. Give it a chance down there. Louisiana's a good place. And you're with family, so that's cool. I'll check with Jamie and read it. That'd be cool. Good doctors here. Cool. All right. We got CAPI Camp coming up, guys. February 25th, 26th, and 27th in Troy, Alabama. If you want to go to CAPI Camp, get up with John. You'll see him right there. It says team manager John Bowen, and he's got the little wrench next to his name like Beth does. And he can, because I see he's an administrator, get up with him, and he'll get you all set up on CAPI Camp. The cool thing about CAPI Camp this year, I always say this year like we only do it once a year. We do it all the time. But this particular CAPI Camp, the best thing about this particular CAPI Camp is that it's free. So you don't have any reason not to come. It's all free. The class is free. If you want to take the class, it's free. And another good thing about coming to this one, well, no, I'm not going to say that because I don't know. I might not have I haven't worked out the logistics on that yet. But we got a class coming up that all of the team is going to be in. Yep. We got classes coming up that the entire team is going to have to take. Yep, it's time. It's time for a refresher. So that'd be a good class to get in. You have a lot of knowledge in that class. So, yeah, there's John's email, jbowen.cappy@gmail.com. Go right there to his email. Tell him you want to go to CAPI Camp. CAPI Camp is my birthday. Yep, and this CAPI Camp is Beth's birthday weekend. That sure is. The Comic-Con in Hoover is going to be John's birthday, and CAPI Camp is Beth's birthday. So that's pretty cool. Got it all set up. That's awesome. We're going to have so much fun. So, yeah, if you guys want to come to CAPI Camp, get up with John Bowen. You see him right there, and he's already popped his email up there. That's the best way to get up with him. It's better than Facebook and anything like that. Just get up with him right there. And you get to come to get you set up for CAPI Camp. All right. If you need a ride to get there, let us know. If you need a tent, let us know. Whatever you might need, let us know. We can handle it. All right. So come on. That is February 25th, 26th, and 27th next month. All right. About pretty much a month from today. So y'all get it on your calendars and come on and join us. Michelle Davis. Hey, guys, you're late, Michelle. You're late. You're penalized. You're penalized. I'm sorry. You're penalized. There's nothing we can do about it. We're going to take points from you. You may have to take a pay cut, Michelle. You may have to take a pay cut. Sorry. We may have to give you a pay cut. We might have to take you from 0 to nothing. Damn, I know we've been digging a hole for the power pole. I thought you already had all that taken care of, girl. You said the other day the power company was there. Are y'all doing y'all's pole? Is that what it is? That has to connect to their pole? Lord have mercy. Y'all been going through it. All joking aside, y'all, they have been going through hell to get this. It's going to be worth it, though. It really is. It's going to be a lot. Once they get everything done, it's going to be worth it. It really is. And we're all going to go over and do a little cookout. And I'm going to be there green from head to toe because I'm so jealous. I'm already jealous of them. Power company came and did their poll. We have to do our, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Bless y'all's heart. Y'all have been going through the ringer on this power thing. But they did finally get the power company there. And now they've got to get their section, their part of the power hookup done. So, and as always, I've told y'all 1,000 times, anything you need, let us know. If you need help, you need whatever, just call us. Just let me know. Text me, message me, whatever, and I'm there. Always, as always. Bless y'all's heart. I know y'all are so excited, though, getting so much closer to just being able to call that home. So I can't wait till it gets done so we can all get over there and check it out. I know I can't wait. I think this week we're going to have power finally. That is awesome. Awesome. That's an answer to a prayer. That is awesome. 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 Speaking of answers to prayers, let's do prayer list real quick. Keep me and Paramama on the prayer list. I'm doing good. I've got to go the 11th on another round of dental. I think I have 2 more before we set the implants. And, or no, 2 more before we do the dentures. Doing dentures on top. And then we're going to do partial implants on bottom. So, excuse me. Keep me in your prayers. Paramama's still recovering from the wreck, guys. It's you're welcome. She's still I can't wait for Camp to get together. We're gonna bless it too. Yes, absolutely. I can't wait. But Paramama's still getting better, y'all. She's slowly getting there. I tell you what, this new job that she has really helped her out. She's still at the other job at Ulta, where she's a cosmetologist and does hair and stylist and all that stuff. And that kicks her butt when she on the days that she has to do that, which is I think Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. She gets her butt kicked. But the other job, her bigger job now, her full-time job is she's working with a tax company and she does tax preparations, and she does that from home on her laptop. She has a little camera and kind of like this, and she just goes and helps people do their taxes, basically. I don't know all the ins and outs to it because that's one thing I do not know is a freaking about anything about taxes. I'm glad I don't, because I don't want to know anything about taxes. I've got people around me that know a lot about it. I'm married into a tax preparer's family, so I don't have to worry about that. So, but yeah, she's still getting there, y'all. Her back is still pretty bad. Her shoulders are better, but still hurts. Her knees are still really bad. Her chest and breast are still pretty scarred up and bruised up and everything, but she's doing better on those, much better. But her knees and her back are the biggest things. And financially, the insurance company is not cooperating with us. We've now had to start paying for her rental. I know she had a wreck that was not her fault. The insurance company had to give her a rental until they replaced her car, and now we're paying for that car. So I think we're going to have to go to the lawyer side on that. So it is what it is. Keep the Davis family, Stephanie and Joey and Beth and Tom in y'all's prayers too. They're still they've gotten over the sickness and they're starting to feel a lot better, but they're still there. They're still battling. So y'all keep them in your prayers as well. Keep the Davis family in your prayers for getting this power thing going so they can be at home and doing doing what they got to do to get, to make it a homestead, to make it home, to make it theirs. They're not renting anything anymore. They own property and own a home now. And so it's time for them to start relaxing into that home, and they can't do that until everything's done. So keep them in your prayers as well. All right. John, thank you. Yes. John's job situation. Keep your prayers in for that. John is trying to change jobs. So thank you, Michelle. Beth, praise report. I am fever free. Keep hubby in prayers. He is still. Oh, awesome. Like I said, they're still going through it, guys. So yeah, that's awesome, Beth. I'm glad you're finally getting over that. We'll continue to pray for you and Tom. Absolutely. That is cool. Awesome, Beth. Yep. Still praying for all CAPI family and friends. Absolutely. That is awesome. All right. Keep John's mom in your prayers. Keep her in your prayers. She's still battling her little issue. Doing much better. Keep her in your prayers because she has a new book coming out too. She's writing a book about her and her husband that will be an awesome novel. I can't wait for it to come out. I not only because I'm really anxious to read it, but also because I know there's probably going to be some stuff in there that I can use as topics to pick on John with. So I'm really looking forward to that part. So, and I told him that the other day too. I said, there's got to be something in there that I can pick on you about. So I'm looking forward to that. So y'all keep your eyes open. I've already pre-ordered two of the 2 copies of that book. So y'all keep your ears open. John will be letting us know as soon as it comes out. We're talking about probably weeks instead of months. We're probably talking about, a few weeks, because he's already, I think he said this week, because coming up, we're going to start the editorial part of it. So the editing and everything. So y'all keep your prayers open for that as well. Am I missing anybody, guys? The working title is Love Letters from the Tomato Box. Yes, thank you, John. I forgot that. The Love Letters from the Tomato Box. It's coming out soon. So we're definitely wanting to keep our eyes open for that. John, what's the name of the book? Look up, Beth. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to read it. I cannot wait. I'm blown away about it with his dad's book. I was just blown away. Searching for a Gape, I think is the name of it. I can't wait till this one comes out, because that one was so good. I know this next one's going to be just amazing. So I can't wait for it to be here. Perfect Valentine's book, right? Yes, thank you, John. Katie's family went through the COVID thing, and also Carter. Y'all remember Katie's older son, Carter, was working at Burger King and got food poisoning at Burger King, where he works. He got food poisoning, so he went through a lot with that too. So not only were they sick with pneumonia and COVID, but Carter also got food poisoning. So yeah, y'all definitely keep them in your prayers for that. All right. Perfect Valentine book. Yes, that Love Letters from the Tomato Box is going to be an awesome Valentine's book. Hopefully it'll be out around that time, I'm hoping, so that we can, that would be a perfect gift for someone for Valentine's Day. If you have someone on your love list that loves to read and loves a good novel, that would be a perfect gift for them. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. And if I missed anybody else, y'all please just pop them up there. My friend Shauna. Oh, Shauna. I think I'm saying that right. Possible cancer in her ankle. Good Lord. Cancer can go anywhere, can't it? Dear Lord, yes. John's friend Shauna. Keep her in your prayers. She has possible cancer in her ankle. Oh, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear that? I hate to even, God forbid, but the first thing that pops in my mind is amputation. And I couldn't imagine. Y'all, I begged them to cut my leg off whenever I was young and I was going through everything with my legs. I begged them to just cut it off, but thankfully they didn't. Sometimes I wish they would have. I try to get Paramama to do it sometimes, but she won't do it either. But that's something else. Good Lord. Cancer in the ankle. So, yes, definitely add Shauna, John's friend, to your prayer list as well. And like I said, if there's anybody else, just pop them up there and we'll get to them. And if I forgot somebody, please pop them up, because I know how my memory is. If I'm not looking at it, I don't remember it. And John keeps track of all these prayer requests. I promise you he does. He keeps track of all the prayer requests. He's a really great manager. So he keeps track of everything like that. So, I think that's it. It's an autobiography of the time my mom and dad were dating. Yes. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. That's I just can't wait for that to come out. That's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to read that. If she's half as talented as her husband was, it's just going to be amazing. It really is, because that man was super, super talented. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and get started, right? Y'all tell me hello. If you're still on right now, say hello, so I can see who all's here. See how many people's here. If there's just the team here, then why? I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm just curious how many people's on right now, because it doesn't tell me. Most of our viewers are done after the show. Our numbers aren't huge on viewing the live. Most of our views come in with people after the show. All right, Donna's still here. John's still here. Beth's still here. Michelle's still here. Who else is still here? Is that it? Is that all? Nobody else? Donna, John, Beth, and Michelle. That's it. Well, I don't care. We're still going to do the show. Of course. Stephanie is coming. Okay. I got you, Michelle. Oh, you were saying hello to Donna. Yeah. I see where she said. You said hello, Donna. And Stephanie's coming. Cool. All right. So when you do come on, just say hello so I know you're here, because I can't go by this stupid thing. All right. So where we left off last week is we were left off with starting a new team, and we was talking about the getting, your name and your focus and your team and all that stuff together. Where I wanted to start at tonight is we want to talk about finance. We want to talk about integrity. We want to talk about reputation. Hey, Eric. Eric's here too. Cool. All right. Finance, integrity, and reputation. Integrity and reputation kind of go hand in hand, but they are two different subjects. All right. So let's talk about finance. If you talk to anybody that's in the paranormal, that's been in the paranormal for a good amount of time, anybody that knows what they're doing and is respected in the field, anybody that's me and like me, not anybody that's just started, and I'm not the haunt crew. Hey, haunt crew, but anybody that's just started, not anyone that's just started in the field, but someone that's been in there for a little while, 10 years or more. If you ask them how much money it takes to get a team started and what equipment to buy and all that kind of stuff like that, and where to put their money and what to do with it and all that stuff like that, they're going to tell you the exact same thing as I'm going to tell you. All right. They're going to tell you to put your money into batteries and a camera, a good camera, video camera, with night vision or a DVR system or something like that. That's where you need to put your money at. Okay. Batteries is a big thing. That's probably one of our biggest expenses with doing the paranormal is batteries. We buy so many batteries, and get you a good camera system, still shot and video. All right. But other than that, don't spend a whole bunch of money when you're starting out in this field. Okay. Don't spend thousands of dollars. If you, like I said, like I was starting to say when I first started this, whenever you start looking at equipment and stuff like that, stuff like equipment and how much it costs and where to get it and stuff like that. Guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'll say it 1,000 times. And most everybody that's been in the paranormal for 10 plus years is going to tell you the exact same thing. Old school is still best. Okay. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, technology has helped the paranormal leaps and bounds. People ask me all the time, why is there more hauntings now than there was 50 years ago? Why are there more ghost activity or spirit activity or entity activity than there was 50 years ago? Why is it more now? It's not more. We just have the equipment now to spot that more. All right. We have better ways to get that equipment, or not that equipment, but that evidence. All right. But those better ways aren't always the best thing for us. Okay. If you go out and buy a regular, I wished I would have brought my equipment in, but if you go out and buy a regular piece of equipment, or let's say digital recorder, you go out and buy a digital recorder, and it's just one of those little dictaphone kind of things, just a little handheld rectangular square or gray box that says push play or play, rewind, record, whatever, just a basic thing. That's going to probably do you, as far as EVPs go, that's probably going to do you 100 times better than some of the stuff that's out today that costs you 75 to 100 to 150 whatever dollars. The reason, and you pay $20 for this thing. Well, Johnny, you just said technology is helping us in this field, and why would this $20 generic recorder work better for us than this $150 dual mic, awesome noise cancellation, USB hookup, all this stuff. Now, I will agree the USB hookup's better because you can transfer your files, and all these other ones you couldn't. But when it comes to getting evidence, guys, this little recorder is not going to cancel out background noises. Well, where do we get EVPs? From the background, right? A lot of our EVPs is when we're talking. Remember, I've told you before, you get more EVP evidence than when you're just idle chit chat than you do anytime else. And when you're doing an actual session. Sorry about the dogs. They just start up sometimes. I know Paramount was not out there because she's at work, but they just do that sometimes. I'm sorry. But these nice, and I'm not saying, we have a couple of really expensive digital recorders with dual mics on them, USB hookups, background clearing, noise cancellation, stuff like that. We have it all. They're really nice. I was using one today while I was listening to evidence off of one today, and they're really, 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 really nice. But the fact that thing can cancel out noise in the background and stuff like that, that's not so great sometimes. Sometimes we want that noise in the background. All right. We want to be able to, but now we can take that because of the USB and put it on a computer and cancel what we want out. And that's great if you can do that. And that's our next project, is getting an audio system, an audio program to where we can do that. But remember, when you're first starting out, go get you a regular digital recorder. I would say spend 20, 25, 30 bucks on one, just so you'll have a USB hookup. Okay. Don't worry about all that other stuff about noise cancellation and all that stuff like that. You're just starting out. Don't worry about crap like that. All right. Just get you one with a USB hookup and just basic functions. All right. 20, 25 bucks tops. I wouldn't go over that on something like that. I said earlier, spend your money on cameras and stuff like that. Yeah, get you a good video camera, maybe night vision on it, stuff like that. And if you want a still shot, get you a still shot camera. You have a lot of cameras out today that are great still shots, but it'll also do video, so you can do that as well. Stock up on batteries, of course, like I said. But on this other stuff, don't go out and buy a $300 or $400 iPod or iPod. Don't buy an iPod anyway. A REM pod or something like that, or John just popped up our gear. Yeah, you can go right here to our link that John just popped up, and it'll show you the gear that we've tried and tested, and say that we recommend it. It's on our website, the website right here. You can just go here to CAPIParanormal.com and look up gear, and it'll show you, or you can just hit that link. But go get this cheap stuff when you're first starting out. Finances is going to come from the time you start to the time you stop. You're going to spend money doing this. I promise you. It costs a lot of money to do what we do, and we just pay it. What our team does is I'm going to give y'all some examples. Not saying this is the way you should do it. I'm just saying this is the way. When we first started CAPI, guess who was buying everything? Me. I bought everything. I bought equipment. I usually picked everybody up and took them to the investigations because a lot of them didn't have gas or a car. So not only was I buying or spending the gas and the wear and tear on my vehicle, but I was the only one doing it because I was usually picking people up. Sometimes people would meet me there and stuff like that, but a lot of times I was picking them up and we were going in one vehicle. All the equipment I had to get and everything like that, and to a point where I finally just said, "Hey guys, we really need to upgrade some of our equipment, and we need to replace a couple of things, and you guys have got to help out. I can't keep doing this on my own." And so everybody was like, "Oh yeah, of course we will. We don't have a problem with that. We do this too, so we don't have a problem with that." So that was great. I had a good team that understood. But get together once you get everything that we talked about last week done. Get that team together and say, okay, now we need some evidence gathering equipment, because what we're doing here is kind of spitting in the wind if we don't have the evidence. So get together, look at the prices of this stuff. Go buy you, like I said, just the generic form of everything. The only thing I would, like I said, spend a little money on is your camera and your batteries. All right. Get you a battery caddy. We have 2 caddies that we try to keep full. Right now we kind of having trouble keeping one full, but we have 2 caddies that we have batteries in, and we try to keep them as full as we can. I just bought some batteries. I got to put in the caddy. Hey Macy, but welcome aboard. But get the good batteries. Don't get bad batteries. Don't go cheap on batteries. Buy the good stuff. All right. I know it's expensive, especially now, but don't go cheap on batteries. You will regret getting bad batteries, getting cheap batteries. I promise you. So get your batteries set up. Then get with your team and say, hey, this is what it costs, and this is what we're going to have to do. Now, if you've got a camera you want to buy that costs $175, well, that hurts. That hurts anybody. That hurts a lot, spending that kind of money. We just spent some money that I wish we didn't have to spend. But we had to. We didn't have a choice. And it hurts when you have to do that. But when you have to spend a 3 or 4 digit amount of money, when you look at it, it's not that bad if everybody helps out, right? If everybody pitches in, it's not so bad. We had a new DVR system we wanted. The team did. We wanted this new DVR system because we were using one that didn't belong to us. Basically, it belonged to one of the team members, but it was also being used as their security system, and they had to take it down and bring it with them, and all. It was just crazy. And so we said, well, we would really like to get one for the team. We need to get one for the team. When we looked at the price of it, we was like, well, that's going to cost a little bit. That's going to hurt. And then we're like, well, you know what? If we chop that up, and let this person pay this person pay that, it's not that bad anymore. And just look at these prices. Get everything you want to get. Get you ever how big your team is. Your team should have. Let's say you have 4 people on your team when you're starting out. That's 2 teams. You got two person teams right there. Right. This team can go in one part of the area to investigate. This team can go to the other part of the area and investigate. Or these 3 can go to one area and investigate, and this person can run camera systems or whatever. You'll work all that out. And we'll talk about jobs and positions and everything like that later. Once you get everybody's going to be on your team, set them down, say, okay, this is what we want. We need to get this recorder. We need to get this camera. We need to get this amount of batteries. We need to get this motion detector. We need to get these flashlights. We need to get blah, 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 whatever. All right. And then we've added it up. We went on Amazon, or we went to Best Buy or whatever, Walmart, wherever, and we've looked at everything, and this is what it's going to cost us. All right. This is how much it's going to cost us to get this, all this equipment. Now, it's a lot of money for me to pay, but if we break that up between us, it's not so bad anymore. That's 3 digits is not that. $100 is hurt one person, but 4 people, that's only $25. See what I'm saying? So get those 4 people together on your team and say, hey, if you do 25, you do 25, you do 25, you do 25, we can do it. All right. So, hey, Katie, there she is. Welcome aboard. We added you and the family, and especially Carter, to the prayer list, Katie, because I know you guys have been sick, and then Carter got food poisoning on top of that. So we added you guys to the prayer list. So let us know how everybody's doing. So get all your equipment up. And yes, you don't have to have the top of the line equipment. All right. We survived for many years without a whole bunch of equipment. We got a good bit now because we did something that I'm going to talk about next on finance, which is getting with other teams and knowing and marketing and representing yourself and stuff like that, which also plays into your reputation. All right. Credibility and everything. But anyway, we'll get to that. But once you've got that out, all right, you've decided, okay, we need $200 of equipment to get started, just to get us started. That's basic. We got $200 here. All right, guys, that's going to be $50 from each of us. We can all do that. Let's do $50. If these guys are passionate and they're really into it, they'll run Uber for a week or deliver waiter for a week or so and get $50. So once you get the money in, go and buy everything. Whoever you decide to do that, whether it's the founder or if you have a treasurer or whatever, get that all together and let them go buy that stuff. A big, big, big suggestion here. Anything you buy, get receipts for it and keep the receipts recorded. Okay. Don't keep the receipts themselves. Okay. Well, we've been down this road. Well, guess what happens to a receipt after about 4 months in a box or in a vanilla envelope or something like that? Does anybody know what happens to a receipt after about 4 months? After about 120 days, somebody tell me what happens to a receipt. Especially nowadays because they're using cheaper ink and paper. They disappear, right? They disappear. The numbers on them fade away. They go away. They just, Beth got it. It fades. I'm sure she said that before I said it disappears, but I had a lag. But yeah, it fades. It goes away. You'll come back to your receipts, and someone will say, anybody on your team should be able to come to your team treasurer and say, I don't care who they are. It doesn't have to be a manager, but anybody on the team. If they've chipped in money to get stuff, they should be able to come to that to the team lead or treasurer or whoever and say, hey, I would like to know what we spent that $50 on. Okay, no problem. And you open up your little envelope and you say, here's a receipt for that. Here's a receipt for that. And they're looking at them and they're like, what the hell are you doing? What is this? Some kind of trick? What are you doing? You got an invisible ink? What are you talking about? This is a blank rectangular strip of paper. And they look at it and they're like, holy crap, where'd all this stuff go? And it'd be gone. All right. So here's a little trick. As soon as you get your receipts, take this guy out, which is your phone, hold it over your receipt, and take a picture of it. All right. Perfect. There you go. Just take a picture of the receipt and then put it in a file in your phone or on the team laptop or wherever. That way you've always got it. It's always there. It's not going to fade away. It's there. All right. So, yeah, Michelle got it too. It fades. Yep. It goes away. And then, God forbid, if they come in contact with a magnet or if they get too hot or what's the other thing that does? I think some of them, if they get wet in any way, any kind of moisture in them, they turn black. Yeah, so, excuse me. Take pictures of receipts, keep them in your files on your computer or on your phone or whatever. Now we can keep stuff like that in our phone without having to worry about storage because phones nowadays have massive storage on them. So get receipts, make sure you get this stuff. Once we get all the equipment, what's our next goal? We've got our equipment. We figured out how we were going to pay for it. We went and purchased it. We've got records of it. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do with the equipment at this point? Anybody? A little bit of a lag, I know. What are we going to do with all this equipment? Now that we've got this equipment and everybody's coming and looking at it and they're like, okay, cool. We can start scheduling an investigation. Can we go on investigation now? Once all this equipment comes in, we can go on investigation, right? We can do our very first investigation. We've got the equipment. Protect it. Yeah, you better protect it at all ways. When you buy the equipment, thank you, John. That's a good, that's not where I was looking for, but that is a good suggestion. Buy you some cases to put it in too. We've got Pelican cases and all this stuff in there. We can drop ours off of a building. Beth said, go investigate. Yep. That's the next thing we can do is go investigate. But what do we want to do before we investigate with it or show it off or any of that stuff? What do we want to do with that equipment before we do that? John's right. We do want to protect it, but even after that, when we buy the equipment, you should get cases. If it doesn't come in a protective case, go get you some cases. They're not super expensive. Now, don't go get Pelicans like we got. We got a good deal on ours, but those Pelicans can cost you $300, $400, $500, $600. Tested, yeah, you want to test it out, make sure it works, but that's not where I'm going with it either. What do we want to do with our equipment? Come on. What do we want to do with our equipment right after we get it? What's the very first thing? We've gotten our equipment. We protected it because it came in a protective case or we bought a protective case. Learning to use the equipment. Thank you. There we go. John got it. That's exactly what we want to do. The very first thing we want to do as soon as that equipment comes in is we want to learn how to use it. We don't want to go investigate and learn how to use it, right? Because you're going to miss a lot of stuff. We want to know how this equipment works. Read the instructions. Yeah. Not so much read the instructions because a lot of this stuff is self-explanatory. You can if you don't know what all the buttons are on a recorder or something like that, or how to turn on the IR light on your camera or something like that. Yeah, go to the instructions, but that's going to give you basic info. But what we want to know is how to use this equipment. Because, none of this equipment that we buy was really manufactured to hunt entities with, to go on haunting investigations with. It was manufactured and created, manufactured and sold to do other stuff, like take family photos, or a doctor to give his notes to his um, nurse, or um, report writer, or whatever. Okay, how to use the equipment we buy. Yeah, but how to use it in a paranormal way, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to learn about the equipment, figure everything we can about it, and how do we use it, right? How do we do that? How do we figure out how to use that? We get trained, right? We call up a group and say, hey, I have people call me and say, hey, we would love to, how to, we're starting a team and we want to know. There's a bunch of teams out there right now that started out going through CAPI classes. There's some teams out there that, hey, Stephanie, there's some teams out there that started with us as members of our team, and then they wanted to go on and start their own teams. There's those, but there's also a lot of teams out there that have just come and taken our class. They didn't want to start out with us. They didn't want to be on a team. They wanted their own team. Not because they had a problem with us, but because they didn't, they wanted to be the team. They wanted to start their own team. I've had people come from out of cities, in other states. I think the furthest away we had is Georgia and Mississippi and Florida. We've had teams come in and take the class and say, hey, we want to start a team, but we don't know exactly what to do. So they come and take our class. That's the next thing you want to do when your equipment comes in. Get to know how to learn. Get to know this equipment paranormally. All right. We already know how to take a picture, at the family picnic. We already know how to take a video, at the family reunion. We already know how to record, our son's piano recital. We already know how to do all of that stuff. What we want to know is how do we use this equipment paranormally, right? How do we use a recorder paranormally? All right. So we want to take a class. We want to get into that. All right. Once again, we're falling back into finances because a lot of these classes do cost money. Like our class does cost money. It costs $25. I usually give teams a break. It's usually $10 to $15 per teams if they want to come in and take the class, because the reason I do that is because I know how hard it is when you're starting out, and a lot of that money has to go to the different places, and you don't want to have to spend all that on this. So I do give teams a break. I have done the class for free for teams, but I usually try to charge them anywhere between $10 to $15 because I don't like giving teams the class because free, just like I don't like giving our team members, the class for free, because I want to be able to know they're serious and really want to do this. So don't just start using your equipment. Learn how to use it paranormally. All right. Now, we've got our equipment. We've got our training on the equipment. What are we going to do? What we do with that equipment from that day forward is what is going to. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go that far, I want to go with a little something else. We have a lot of equipment now. We have a good bit of equipment. We have some nice stuff too. Reason we have this is because there was a paranormal investigator who was starting his own team, and I guess I can say it. He committed suicide. He passed away. He killed himself. So his wife stored all this stuff in a storage bin, and by their house, and said, I don't want anything to do with this stuff anymore. She was doing the paranormal investigating with him when he was alive, but when he passed away, she said, I don't want to have anything else to do with this. I don't want to do this stuff anymore. I want to have nothing to do with the equipment. I don't want to investigate. I don't want to do anything. She kind of contacted us and said, hey, I've been talking to a few people, and I got this stuff and it's just wasting away in the storage bin, and I just want to know if you guys are interested. I'll give you a good price. And so we sent a couple of investigators up there to check out the equipment. They said, yeah, the equipment looks great. Everything works. We're super excited. You got really great cases, and it's a lot of stuff. And I said, okay, we'll throw this price at her. And they did. And I thought it was going to come back to say, are you out of your mind? No. But it actually came back with a yes. And so I said, okay, tell her yes, we'll do it. And so I called her up and made arrangements for payment. And those two investigators grabbed the equipment and brought it to me, and it's been great. So we were really lucky to do that, to be able to get that equipment, a lot of equipment that we did not already have, by doing that. Because, and reason why she contacted us is because if you go on Google or anything like that and put paranormal teams in Alabama, one of the first ones, if not the first one to pop up, is going to be Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations, CAPI. Reason being is because we have that reputation in the Southeast. We have that reputation of being a great team, being an integrity built foundation team. You know, we have that reputation. You know, we have that credibility. You know, and that's where you want to be. All right. So anything you do when you're starting your team off, when you've gotten all equipment, you're ready to investigate, you've gotten your training on it, you know how to use it paranormally, and you're ready to step out there and do it. The next thing you want to do is you want to do marketing. You want to start selling yourself, all right, as a team. You want to start getting this brand out there, all right? How do we do that? Y'all throw me some ideas. How do we get this out there? How do we do this 15, 16 years ago? How do we get this out there? Who can tell me? Just give me one place, one idea of what we can do. We talked about this a little bit last week. I said I'd go back into it. So y'all tell me what's. I know there's a lag. Just pop it up there. Tell me what's one of the things we can do to get this out there, to get people to know who this right here is. Right? What this is. What this is all about. What do these guys here do? Advertise and word of mouth. Exactly. And that's what we want to do. We want to get that out. That's what I'm talking about. But how do we do that? Haunted tours. Very good, Beth. Very, very good. You know, all of the haunted tours we've done over the years, we've done many haunted tours over the years, and all the ones we've done started out by us marketing. Okay, it started out by us throwing this name out there. All right, that's a great example, Beth. Thank you so much. Because what did we do? Whenever I was in Selma, I'd moved back to Selma and started a family and haunted tours, meet and greets. Yeah, actually, absolutely. But I moved back to Selma, started a family, you know, and was still into the paranormal and everything. And I was really getting into it. And some bad stuff happened in my life, and I put all that on the back burner, and more bad stuff happened in my life, and I put all that on the back burner. And so finally I got to a point where I said, you know what, I'm not going to turn my back on the paranormal anymore. I'm going to go back into this and kind of get this. What did I do to get this out there? You know, I started noticing around Selma that, first of all, this was around 2014, 2015, whenever the paranormal was really starting to pick up too, by the way. It was really starting to get famous. All right. That started around 01, 98, 99, 01. It started getting kind of back up there. And then it's by 2012, 13, 14, 15, it was really hitting and everything. So I was team gear, shirts. Yeah, that's a good idea. We've gotten investigations by me wearing a t-shirt to places. We've gotten investigations by John wearing a t-shirt to places. But so I started thinking, I was like, well, you know, I want to really kind of push this paranormal thing around here. And I know because Selma has the biggest historic district in the state, and it's got more history than any other place in the Southeast, and one of the most important wars, even more important than Gettysburg. I don't know why they get all the hype, but Selma was the South's, the Confederate Army's munitions hub. That's where, when they lost that was everything was downhill after that. All right. So, you know, once they took that, Sherman and Wilson's Raiders and everything was able to just wipe them out everywhere they went to. They just didn't have okay, Corey. They just didn't have the social media is a good way to do it too. Yep. Going door to door. Not so much door to door with paranormal, but you kind of can, but not so much. But so I knew all this was happening in Selma. I knew the history in Selma. I knew the reputation in Selma and all this stuff. What I didn't know is what the reputation of the paranormal was in Selma. I didn't know that until I started getting doors slammed in my face and nose and cusses out and stuff like that. I started noticing that there was a really bad taste in everybody's mouth about paranormal teams in Selma. And I was like, well, what the crap, you know? So I started kind of getting in there into that, the upper echelons of the people, especially the people that lived in the historic district of Selma. I started kind of getting in there with them and started, you know, asking questions. I had some friends that knew people, and I was like, hey, you know, let me talk to this person. Let me do this, you know, blah, blah, blah. So started talking to different people and everything. And I was like, what's the deal? And everybody's just like, I don't know if I'd want anybody to come in and do anything like that. So then I went to the uh, Chamber of Commerce. I said, well, if we go to Chamber of Commerce has tours. They have walking tours that you can take. So I can go there and get a list of places. So I went in there and started talking to them about it. Well, when I went into the Chamber of Commerce and someone started talking to them about the paranormal, they just went crazy. They're like, oh my God, thank you. I'm so glad you came in. We were just talking about this a couple of days ago. We need something to spruce up our walking tour and everything like this. And would you be willing to come in and talk to us? And, we maybe have some meetings and you can speak and we can figure this stuff out. And I was like, absolutely, I will. That's why I'm here. And so I started finding out the reason why there was such a bad taste in the historic district of Selma for the paranormal was because a radio show had come in a few years before that, and done these things called 30 Days of Horror or something like that, or 30 Days of Halloween or something like that. I don't know what it was. It was WLWI. They came in and did this big thing, or not WLWI. It was Rick and Bubba. Yeah. Had come in and done this big thing about it and and they started faking a lot of stuff. I've told you guys about this. Started faking a lot of stuff and putting it on the air. And it was just, people were looking like, they were looking really stupid. And the investigators were looking like asses, and it just turned out really bad. So I put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Well, and so by me going to the Chamber of Commerce and talking to them about it, and they're like, oh man, we're super interested in this. We started a conversation about the paranormal within that community, and people started talking. And then I've told y'all this before. The little newspaper lady came and said, hey, I want to Rick and Bubba's. What did I say? I don't think I said Rick and Bubba. Yeah, I did. I said Rick and 13 Working Days of Horror. That's it. Thank you, John. But they came in and said, hey, we want to do this, and we want to talk to you about this, and what can we do this? And this walking tour that they had turned into this citywide and then countywide huge event, and it just exploded. And so we're like, okay, cool. We had like 2 years to plan this thing out. I think right at 3 to plan it all out and get it all going. And me and Corey, and I started dating the lady at the Chamber of Commerce, and she and a couple of the team members just started really hitting this, and we were going to meetings and planning and doing all this stuff, and it was blowing up in our face. And so we were like, awesome. So that one little idea of going to the Chamber of Commerce and just speaking to them about the paranormal and haunted places and known, haunted houses in the area turned out to be something really, really big. And so people were still pushing against it. But then that little lady at the newspaper said, hey, I want to do a story on y'all. And I'm like, no, I don't do media. No, thank you. Go about your business. You can do a story on the tours and advertise all the houses and the pilgrimage and all this stuff and the Battle of Selma and all that stuff. Do that. But no, we're not doing anything on CAPI. She says, I want you to do the story. I'll just write it down as you say it. And then I will let you proofread whatever I'm going to print. I was still kind of apprehensive about it because I'm like, she can change anything she wants to, but she didn't seem like that kind of person. She was really awesome. And so I said, okay, let's go. Let's do it. And so we did it. And that opened up so many doors for us. It really did. People started thinking, okay, well, if there is something to this CAPI thing, these guys are pretty good. We pretty much took over the paranormal in Dallas County and in central Alabama, because we were doing investigations all over the place. And then we moved to Millbrook and went to Wetumpka, did the exact same thing. The only thing different there was we went and talked to them about doing it. Well, actually, they contacted me first and said, hey, we heard about you doing this in Selma and blah, blah, blah. We want to talk to you about this, this, and this. And so we went in there and we're like, okay, let's start this planning stage. It usually takes about 2 or 3 years to get it all planned out and started. And they're like, we were in a meeting one day. I think it was me, Corey, and Mike were in a meeting with them. And they're like, we were like, okay, we're looking at maybe a 2-year thing here. We can maybe start it next year, but it's going to take a lot of work, but we can start the meetings now. And then they said, we've already sold tickets for this October. And this was, I think, May or June. And they're like, we've already sold tickets for this October. We're like, what? So we just dove in and started doing it and started investigating every spot in Wetumpka. I don't think there's a spot we haven't investigated in Wetumpka. And that too blew up and turned into a big, big thing. So what I'm telling you is get that marketing of you. All right. Market you and your team first. All right. Do that. Before you worry about investigations or anything like that, get that name out there because you want to start a reputation. You want to start credibility. You want to start your name out there. You want people to call you. Remember, CAPI doesn't call for investigations. We don't search for investigations. People call us. All right. Now, it's calmed down a lot because of COVID and all that stuff like that. Yes, absolutely it has. We have some free weekends now, which is kind of nice sometimes, but kind of boring too. I want to do some investigating. We have investigations coming up, thank goodness. But it has been nice to kind of take a breath, a little breather. But because of COVID, it was great because it wasn't us. Excuse me, it wasn't us stopping these investigations. It was, the situation. So when our people started getting COVID and getting sick, we didn't have to explain to clients, hey, this is what's going on. They already knew because they had problems too. Matter of fact, our last investigation canceled on us because the family had just gotten over COVID. Well, actually, it was the one before that canceled. This last one canceled because of personal reasons, but the one before that canceled. We went to, I think Beth went to verify with them, and they said, we're just getting over COVID. Give us a few weeks. We'll get back in. Blah blah blah. So, but because we did all this stuff, we marketed ourselves first, right? It wasn't easy, all right? It took a lot of work from me and Corey, and Candace was our case manager then, and Mike was our team manager then, and it took a lot of work for us to really get in there and tie all this stuff down and get it going. And when it did, it really paid out. Excuse me. So get that going. Go do what you ever have to do. Now, I think someone said earlier, mass media or something like that. Not mass media, but social media. Get on social media. Make you a page. Let people talk to you. And then treat your clients the way you want to be treated. Don't disclose anything about investigations. Don't go talk about it or anything like that, especially if you know them or know anybody that might know them or anything like that. Remember, it's a small, small world. You live in some of these towns like Millbrook. I might do an investigation tonight, and then 2 weeks from now, I might go do an investigation to that person's cousin that I have no idea. And that's happened before. We've had people say, hey, you did an investigation for my so-and-so, and so don't talk about investigations with anybody. Keep that rapport and that privacy and that respect for privacy between you and your client. All right. Keep it really tight. All right. Excuse me. Make that client want to talk about you to their friends, because they're going to say to your friends, because now, before they had a team come in and give them all this evidence, people thought they were crazy, right? They're like, oh, you just seeing things, you hearing things. But now they have evidence because, you've came in and done an investigation. You gave them the evidence. Now they have proof. So now they can go back to their friends and show them this proof and say, hey, look here, this is what happened during this investigation. And they say, okay, well, now that you've told me this, I know I picked on you, but to tell you the truth, something's been going on at my house too, or my daughter's having some stuff going on. Can you give me their number? And that does happen. All right. So definitely keep a good rapport with your clients. Here lately, we're guilty of not doing that. No. Let me back that up. Johnny's guilty of not doing that. I haven't been mean to a client or anything, of course not. But excuse me, my eye itches. We did lose a client because of my faux pas. I dropped the ball on one. It's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Your case manager is going to do a faux pas. We're not perfect. It happens. All right. But when it does happen, always leave that area there. The last thing I did with that client was left a message that said, I'm so sorry about what happened. It was totally me. It was not anybody on my team. Beth didn't mess up. I messed up. I dropped the ball. I apologize. I don't know if they ever heard the message, if they ever read it, or if they just seen it was me and erased it. I don't know. But the last thing I did to them was say, I'm so, so very sorry. I dropped the ball. This was my fault. 100%. CAPI had nothing to do with it. It was all Johnny. I had a bunch going on, and I should have done this and I should have done that, but I didn't. I zigged when I should have zagged, and I zagged when I should have zigged, and it just didn't work out. So even if you do drop the ball, or someone on your team drops the ball and something happens, even if that does happen, still go back to that client. They may tell you to kick bricks and never come back. That's fine. But at least let that client know that you are thinking about them and you did not mean to do this. We had one not long ago. John and I did an investigation in Wetumpka, I believe. And after the investigation, we could never get in touch with the client. We could never get in touch with them. They even used to come on the show all the time, and we would talk to them there, and we'd say, hey, call me and do this, blah, blah, blah. And we could never get in touch with them. Well, months later, they come back and say, hey, I was wondering about that evidence. John calls me up and he says, hey, so-and-so, I'm not going to name any names because we don't do that with our clients, but John says, hey, so-and-so contacted me and they want to investigate, they want this, this, and this. I'm like, where the hell have they been? We've been trying to get in touch with them all this time, you know? And so what we did was we contacted them and we said, hey, look, we're sorry, but that evidence, we don't have it anymore. It was on some equipment that we no longer have, and it got deleted, and we apologize. But we tried to contact you several times. Hindsight, I can look back and say, well, we should have took all that evidence and put it on a CD or a flash and then put it in a file somewhere and just left it until they called us. Probably what we should have done, but we didn't. Point is we tried our best to get up with them, and then months later, when it was convenient for them, they did that. Now, they are the client, so we have to go by their time scale. So that's what we should have done. So we should have took that evidence, put it on a file, and then stored it away, and then gotten back with them later, whenever it was convenient for them. But we were not 100% at fault there, right? We did, at the end of the day, when the last time we talked to them, we said, we're sorry. It's just been so long that we don't have that evidence any longer. And it's, this and this happened, and we're sorry. But and they didn't get back with us after that. And I think they did talk to some people, because I had a person come to me and say, well, it was a psychic that I was trying to mess with. Well, not mess with, but expose. And I did. And when I did, they said, well, at least I don't leave my clients hanging, blah, blah, blah. And so I figured out, okay, that's what that was. But anyway, that's going to happen. Just smile, do your best to make them happy, and keep going, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters to you is that integrity. All right. In a perfect world, we'll have that client forever. And if anything ever happens again, we can go back to them and do another investigation. Or if anybody in their family or friends have any problems, they'll call us and blah, blah, blah. And we do have clients like that, thank goodness. But, with certain people, you can't do that with. Once you drop the ball on them or they drop the ball, it's just over. And so just learn to live with that, learn from that mistake, and then keep on. All right. I now back up my evidence on external. See, exactly what I just said. Learn to live with, learn from the mistake and carry on. Now John knows what to do. He backs up everything on an external drive. So now we have it. Whenever that client calls back in 6 months and say, hey, we couldn't ever get in touch with you guys, we're like, okay, whatever, just give us the evidence. And now John can go back and get that evidence and give it to him. So we can offer to redo the investigation. Absolutely. We can definitely offer to redo the investigation. A lot of times they don't want you to. But yeah, that's another example. You can go back to them and just say, hey, let us come back in and do the investigation again, and let's see what we can get. Because we got something the first time, we probably get it again. That's a great suggestion. No, you said it right. Mess with the psychic. Yeah. Now I exposed that psychic 100%. Hello. Oh, sorry. Got what? Okay, that's fine. I'm glad you got it back working. So we've got that reputation going. We've got everything like that. Now, how do we keep that integrity going? How do we keep that going? How do we keep that reputation going? What do we do to get that, to maintain that? Just like I said, we keep our clients happy. We're there for them 24/7. Beth, John, Corey, Tom, Eric, Michelle, Stephanie, Joe, anybody can tell you. One of the last things I say when we leave a house after an investigation is I look at the client and I tell them, once you're a client, you're a family member. If you need me at 2:00 in the afternoon, call Beth. If you need me at 2:00 in the morning, call me. Beth makes me throw that in there. She's excuse me, consistency, right, Beth? Thank you. She makes me throw that in there, that it's anytime during the day, if you need us, to call her and she'll take care of it. But anytime at night that you need us, you call Johnny. He'll take care of you. Don't call me, because I won't take care of you at night. I'll probably cuss you out and apologize in the morning. But just be there for them, no matter what. I've had clients call me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's no problem. I've gotten out of bed and went to a client's house before. It's no problem. I mean, that's just part of it. That's what we do. Like Beth says, consistency. Stay with it. Don't talk about the investigation. Don't talk about where you did it. We tell people about evidence all the time, but we don't tell them where we got it from. You can't go back to any of these shows and watch any show on here where I've ever said, all right, y'all don't tell them, but John and Jane Doe live over there on 123 Main Street. And we did an investigation there, and it was awesome. Look, let me show you what we got. I've never done that, and I never will. All right. I've shown you evidence and I've let you hear and see evidence that we've collected, but I haven't told you about where that evidence comes from unless the person has told me that's okay. You can do that. A lot of times I still don't do that. We used to have a paper that they could sign that says what we could and couldn't discuss and who we could and couldn't discuss it with, but we stopped doing that because the logistics was crazy on it. And it was just crazy. And we didn't want to deal with it. Because it's not our place. I always tell the client, if anybody knows we're here doing it, your neighbors coming by, if they see us here, they're going to think you got dinner guests for the night. If anybody knows about what we're doing, it's because you told them. All right. So keep that consistency up. Keep that respect for their privacy up. Keep them happy. Always be there for them day or night. Remember, hauntings do not punch a time clock. You know, you might have something happen at 3 o'clock in the morning that scares the bejesus out of them, and they want to be able to talk about it or have you come there. Be there for them. Okay. Be faithful to clients. Yep, absolutely. Because they are more than clients, they're family. Exactly. That's what I tell them. So once you become a client to CAPI, you're a family member. All right. We don't call people fans. We don't call people clients until after the investigation. They're family members. That's who. So what about this John and Jane Doe, right? Don't tell them I was talking about them. But we keep them happy, all right? And not just that. If you're like scheduled for an event, you know, something like that, if you're supposed to be at an event, be there, all right? Do what you got to do to be there. You know, if everybody gets sick or anything like that, or everybody but 2 people are sick, then send those 2 people. Well, this is a 6-man job, Johnny. We need don't matter. Send those 2 people. It's better than you not showing up at all. Send 2 people and do the event. We've done events with 3 and 4 people that probably could have used a few more people there doing it. You know, that we did an event in Saraland, I believe it was. John, is that where we went? Saraland? I think that's where it was. It was me, John, Jennifer, and Brian, I think is the only ones that went on that one. And that was 4 people. We probably could have used a couple more because it was big groups wanting to go out and investigate and everything. So, and we had a booth and everything at this Mardi Gras party and stuff. And it was amazing. The people loved us and said, "Oh, you guys are awesome. This booth is cool. We love everything about it. We want you guys to come in and judge our Halloween costume for us." You know, they had a costume contest, and we were able to go in and be the judges for it. We had a blast doing it. We really did. It was so much fun. But if you're supposed to be at an event, be at that event. Do that event. All right. No matter what, try your best. And if you can't do that event, let them know as soon as that happens. All right. Let them know. Call them up and say, "Hey, blah, blah, blah happened. And now this, and this. We're just not going to be able to make it." Let them know so that other arrangements can be made. Find another team. Vet other teams and see if you can get another team to come in and do it for you. Do something just to make sure you have that rapport with that client. All right. Never lose that. All right. I'm trying to get our own time zone called Davis time. Y'all need your own time zone. Government said no. I bet. Too funny. But evidence, huge when it comes to reputation and credibility. Huge. I had a person contact me not long ago and says, "Hey, can you go look over this evidence? I think it's this, this, and this. I don't know if it's, if it's real or if it's not. I caught this on film. I want you to check it out and see what you think." I looked at it. I told that person what I thought it was. They got angry because I didn't say what they wanted me to say. It was a lens flare. It was an obvious lens flare. And they got angry and said, you don't know what you're talking about. I'll never ask for your advice again. That's fine. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. That happens. Sometimes people just want it to be something so bad that you're not going to talk them out of it and everything like that. But the reason why I'm going to do that every single time that I don't think it's something, I'm going to give them a natural possibility so that they don't do that, is because I don't want them to ruin their reputation or their credibility. I'm not going to send in anything that is questionable because I don't want to lose that credibility. Once you lose your credibility in this field, you're done. Tell me, be your own worst critic. Amen, John. Be your, definitely when it comes to evidence. Tell me a few ways that we can destroy our credibility. Anybody, tell me a few ways Tell me, what are some ways that we can destroy credibility in this field other than submitting bad evidence? Because we already talked about that. All right. So thank you. That's big there. Super big. That's the reason why CAPI doesn't have a television show right now, is because I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't give up that integrity. Debunk your own evidence. Yes, definitely do debunk your own evidence. Cheating. Yes, absolutely. Trespassing. That's a big one. Guys, if you do faking it, yep, that's pretty much faking it is lying and cheating. Yeah, all that kind of goes in together. If you don't have permission, this John just sitting right here, if you don't have permission to be there, don't be there. Okay, don't be there. It's as plain and simple as that. If you do not have permission, I have so many teams. I have people that I really respect in this field too, and I have people that I talk to on a regular basis that'll call me up and say, "Hey, I investigated so and so." I'm like, "Dude, how did you get in there, man? That's awesome." Oh well, you can just go there. It's not, the back door's open. You can just walk in. You're trespassing? And they're like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to hear nothing else. You're on your own, bro." No, I got to tell you about what I got. I'll talk to you later, man. Click. Yeah, I don't want no part of it, because that's not kosher. It's not good. Don't do that. Don't trespass anywhere. Okay. If I had someone call me up and say, "Hey, man, we heard about your team. You guys rock. I've got a way to get you guys into the White House." Okay. The next thing that would happen would be my team standing over me and someone with some smelling salts trying to wake me up, because I would probably pass out and hit the ground. Because I would be like, yeah. I call work and say, "Hey, I need next weekend off." And a couple of days after that, because I'm going to Washington to investigate the White House. And they're like, "Well, we can't spare you." I'll be like, my next words out of my mouth was, "Okay, I quit." Click. I'm going to the White House. I don't care what. I'll come back and work for McDonald's. I get a chance to go to the White House and investigate. I'm going. That's my dream spot, is to investigate the White House. That's my biggest dream. Hey, Ghost Tracer. That's my biggest dream. But if they came to me and said, "Okay, we can get you into the White House. You can investigate it for all weekend and no problems." Well, I'd be like, "Well, okay, well, how did you get us in here? How did this happen?" "Oh, well, they don't know, but we can guarantee you that you can get in and investigate. You won't nobody know about it or anything." I don't know how you would do that at the White House. It's pretty much impossible, but whatever. They say, "We can get you in, no problem. Nobody will know about it." I'm not doing CPR again. Who's next in line? Right? Yes, you would, John. You would do it again in a heartbeat. I know you would. I'm not even going to believe that. Didn't somebody just up here say, "Don't lie"? You just lied. Who it was? Beth. He's doing what you said don't do. I know you would. Inside joke. Sorry. But if and then I found out that we couldn't do it, even if I knew we wouldn't get caught, and even if I knew we could have all the evidence and nothing would ever happen with it or anything like that, I would not do it. I would. Of course I do. I love you, brother. But I still wouldn't do it. That's my dream. There is nowhere on Earth, Mars, Venus, or Jupiter that I would rather investigate more than the White House, United States White House. That's exactly where I would love to go investigate. But I wouldn't do it if I didn't have permission to do it. Even if I didn't have to worry about Secret Service blowing me away or running into Biden and Harris making out in a broom closet, I wouldn't, if I didn't have to worry about any of that, I still wouldn't do it. I mean, there's no way I would do it, because what am I looking at? Okay, I finally get to investigate my dream place to investigate. But after that, my integrity is gone. My respect and my credibility and all that is gone. That would be worse to me than anything in the world. Worse than death. Because that I've worked for so hard, so very, very hard. I've worked to get this team where it is today so hard. Not by myself. I have not done this by myself. I've done this by past and only by present members with their help. Is CAPS part of TAPS? We're not CAPS, Ghost Tracers. We're CAPI. It's CAPI, not CAPS. But no, we're not part of TAPS. Thank God. Is CAPS part of TAPS? I think that's what he's asking. If you're asking if we're part of TAPS, Ghost Hunters, no, we certainly are not. Thank the Lord. And it's not CAPS, it's CAPI, Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations. All right, I hope that answered your question. And I hope that was your question. But anyway, integrity, credibility, respect, reputation, all that stuff is so very important in what we do. Yep, that is what you was asking. No, we're not part of TAPS in any way. I'm very proud of that fact. All right. I'm sorry, that just broke my train of thought. No offense to you, tracers. That's not hard to do, believe me, with this small mind of mine. But I went back to whenever they started offering to take teams in as sister teams and everything, and everybody was just going nuts and saying, "Oh, to be part of TAPS and everything." I was like, "Why?" Is this a group meeting? No, it is not a group meeting. It is a weekly paranormal show that we do every single Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time here on YouTube at CAPI Live. And it's a public thing. So, yeah, you're welcome to stay. Absolutely. We do puppy love every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for anyone. We do puppy love. We don't do no puppy love. You're starting to get a little freaky now. You're going to start wearing sunflowers and bandanas. But no, it's just a paranormal show, Ghost Tracers, that we do every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time here on YouTube. And we just talk everything paranormal. And our current CAPI Live, not Puppy Love. I was wondering where he was talking about Puppy Love. I do love some puppies, though. But we just talk about everything paranormal. And it's public, and you can come anytime you like. And if you haven't already, please go hit the subscribe button. All right, so keep that response, keep the respect, the reputation, the integrity, the credibility. Keep all that, because if you lose it, it's gone. It's over with. All right, you're done in this field. All right, you're just one of those fly by night weekend warrior teams that is not going to last. All right. It's a bromance. Get it right. That's right. So, all right. So, are there any other questions? Remember, we still have our contest going on. 16PPI1. 16PPI1. If you could tell me what that means. We've talked about it on the show. I talk about it during the class. I have talked about it during the class. I'm not going to talk about it at the next class because people are going to be waiting for me to say something. I got to remember not to talk about it. But I've talked about it on the show. I've talked about it during the class. We've had discussions on it. It's been topics of our show before. It's been the topics of one of our shows before. So thank you, Johnny. Just popped it up. Tell me what that means. 16PPI1. Whoever figures it out. Anybody can win this contest. Team members, CAPI family, everybody can win.
What about me?
Yeah, you can win too. Tell me what that means. 16PPI1, and you can win. Right now, it's a T-shirt, a team T-shirt, a team snapback cap, a cup, a tumbler cup with the team logo on it, and a $50 Visa gift card. That's the current prize on this. Remember, you guys got until March 1st, and then I tell everybody what it is. I am solo. Okay, cool. Where are you from, Ghost Tracers? Where do you live? But next week, I want to go into evidence storage, team positions, and investigator levels. Okay, Oklahoma, cool, awesome. I've actually investigated in Oklahoma before, in Oklahoma City. But next week is going to be evidence storage. What did I say? Evidence storage, team member positions, and what was the third one? John, help me out. What did I say? I'm sorry, I got to thinking about something 20 years ago. Anyway, join us next week, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will always be here, come hell or high water. I have family in Tulsa and Claymore. Cool. Tulsa, that's a beautiful area. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm not familiar with Claremore. Where's that at? Investigator levels. Thank you, John. Thank you. Or Michelle. That's who did that. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, next week is going to be evidence storage. We already know how to collect it. What do we do once we get it? Evidence storage, team member positions, and investigator levels. All right, we're going to talk about those 3 next week. Want to make a quick announcement, something that would just happen today. Stephanie, are you still on? Stephanie, say hello, please. Say hello to the people. Stephanie, where be you? A little bit of a lag, just a little bit. We'll give her a second. Geez, we're almost 2 hours into this show. We usually don't let it go this long. Okay, maybe Stephanie's not on. There's her daughter. She said, haha. Is she on? Tell her to get on, Macy. And to say, hey. Let's just all sit around and just do nothing and just wait for Stephanie. And when she gets here, we can tell her we were just all waiting for her. That we're sorry that, we're not good enough for her to be here with. She had something. She probably wanted to go get a drink of water or something, or pee or something like that. I wonder if she's peeing. I bet you she is. Let's tell her we can hear her when she goes to the bathroom. We'll tell her that. We can say we heard everything while you were using the bathroom, even what you said. And John's not happy about it. Crazy. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Where is Stephanie Jenkins? That's who we were looking for at this point. Let's just all sit around and just wait and just tell her that we really appreciate her making us wait and just do
Tell me
nothing.
what's your favorite color?
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm sorry that our show is getting in the way of whatever you... Tell me this. Were you in the bathroom? Is that where you were? Were you in the bathroom, Stephanie? Is that where you were when you wasn't in and when you wasn't actually on the show? Did you have to go pee? Because that's really the only thing that we'll accept as an excuse as to why you felt it necessary to make us wait. Because we've all just been sitting here and doing nothing. But we could hear you in the bathroom. I just want to let you know. We could hear everything. We could hear you peeing in the bathroom. So she's not going to come back on now. I've embarrassed her. But now that I know she's here, Stephanie Jenkins, if she's still part of the team after that, I just want to let everybody know that she is now our new media relations officer. She says, I am. She was in the bathroom. She was definitely in the bathroom, and we could hear every bit of it. I don't know if you left the mic on or what it was. And I didn't even know I could hear that other people, I thought they could hear me, but I couldn't hear them. But we could hear everything. We heard the water running. We hope that was water. We don't know if that's what it was or not, but we wanted to say congratulations to you, Stephanie, as our new, she said, hello. If I didn't pick on them, they wouldn't think I liked them anymore. Stephanie is our newest media relations manager. She now handles all of our media stuff. And I hope she knows what that ensues, because we're fixing to take a lot off of John and Beth and put it in her lap. So get ready, Steph. Hope you're ready for this. But all joking aside, we love Stephanie so much. She actually came in kind of like Tom did. We were kind of interested in Joey. Her, are you guys married? Can't remember if they're married or not. I don't know why I can't remember that, but I'll just say husband, because in St. Alabama, if you live one, you're married to him. But her husband Joey, which we love dearly, he we were really interested in getting him on the team after a few times of investigating their house. Beth and I think, were the first two that talked about it. We was like, wow, we need to get him on the team. And so we welcomed him on the team. And then Stephanie kind of came in like Tom did, because we welcomed Beth on the team, and Tom was just there to kind of be Beth's chauffeur. And then as time grew on and he started hearing us talk about it and hearing what she was saying and everything, he's like, hey, I want to kind of check this out. So we welcomed Tom on. So that's kind of how it happened with Stephanie too, because everybody was wanting Joey to come on, and then it's kind of like a package deal, husband and wife, right? So we got to know Stephanie and just fell in love with Minnie Mouse. That's my nickname for her. But we just fell in love with Stephanie, and she's been a blessing to us. How big is your team? Our team is, I don't know, how big are we? 8, counting the marketing. Our treasurer, Paramount. We have 9 counting her. It's 8 investigators and 1 treasurer. Yeah, we have 8 plus 1, but the treasurer doesn't do any investigations or anything. She basically handles our merch and new equipment sales and stuff like that. But we fell in love with Stephanie so much, and now we like her so much more than Joey. We actually kind of don't like Joey that much anymore. But it's like I said, it's kind of like it's a package deal. You can't get real one. But no, we love them both so much, and Stephanie has proven herself on the computer and with her knowledge of media and just know how to do all of that stuff. And she's working on the thing to help me with the everything that went wrong with the auction today. She's working on a thing to get all that worked out. Her, and I think I'm gonna send some stuff to Corey so he can get it all set up for me, and then she's gonna figure out how to get it on there and get all that stuff. But we love her so much, guys. All joking aside, we really do. We love Joey too. I don't know where I would be without either one of them. I really don't. She is freaking awesome. And but we wanted to welcome her aboard. She's been on the team for a while now, but she just today accepted the position of our media manager. And so we are super, super excited about getting her going on that, and super excited about where she's going to take CAPI. I look back and I say that my biggest blessings on CAPI has been bringing John on as team manager and Beth on as case manager, and Tom on as equipment manager, and Eric is our research guy, and now Stephanie. And I know that I'm going to be just as blessed, if not more, by bringing her on as our media manager, because I know that she's going to take CAPI even further. And we love her so much, and we love everybody on the team. And I thank you guys for being here. Can't wait to see you next week. Remember, we're going to keep the subject going. This is going to be the one next to the end. So it's not the end of this subject, of this topic, but it'll be the one next to that. And I got a really cool topic coming up after that. So we're really going to have, and it's probably going to go for a little while. So, but I love you guys so much. And I thank you guys for making this another great show. I want you to do me a huge favor. Sometimes this week, I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or someone you meet on the street, please make one person, just one person, smile, because that's what we need the most of. And hopefully they'll go on and do the same thing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on CAPI Live. All right? 1, 2, 3. Have a paranormal week. Good night.